As a totally unbiased commentator, anytime the Yankees sweep the Red Sox, it's a good week. Anytime the Yankees beat the Red Sox is a good day. Luis Gil versus Connolly Early. Now, if you guys remember, if you guys don't follow Boston that much, Connolly Early, we last saw him in the postseason versus Cam Schlittler last year. That was pretty impressive. Unfortunately for him, Luis Gil was on the money, and throughout the game, it felt like the Red Sox, maybe they had something on the Gil scouting report, but they were swinging early. No pun intended. Very, very quick into counts, not working it very much. Luis Gil had a low pitch count late there. Let's look at his stats here. 6 1/3, 2 hits, no earned, only 2 strikeouts. And that is, I mean, it's one of two things. He either didn't have his strikeout stuff, or Boston was swinging very, very early in the count. And that's certainly what it felt like. Stanton was back to his old I rake against Boston ways. So if this guy would hit 700 home runs if he played against Boston every day. I mean, he'd be the all-time home run king. Bit of a cakewalk for the Yankees as Boston puts up barely any fight. And Early was okay. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts. He gave up that home run to Stanton. Stanton also mashed a double to left center that was absolute missile. And Boston's such a weird, like oddly shaped stadium that off the bat in almost any park, I think that ball would have been odd. At least it looked that way from my eye, but it went into like the left center area and bounced off the wall there. The monster in like left center. It was an absolute shot. And he kind of, so if you picture Stanton's lack of speed, he kind of looked at it for a moment and still got to second base. So it was a missile. But yeah, he was great in game 1. And let's take a look at game 2. Another dominant performance by a Yankees pitcher, and Max Fried was on a different level. Throws 8 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts. And Fried isn't necessarily a strikeout pitcher, but he was on today. Fried gets the win. Suarez gets the loss. He gave up 3 runs in the first, and it was kind of cakewalk from there. Common theme here. So 4-0 in the first one, 4-1 in the second one. Rosario hits a 3-run home run. Rosario in the lineup against a lefty. Makes sense. The Yankees against lefties, if they make the postseason when it comes time for that, they're going to be pretty tough against left-handed pitchers. Now, how many are there other than Skubal, to worry about? That's to be determined. But yeah, Yankees win 4-1, and we'll head on. That was not much other than the pure Fried dominance and the Rosario 3-run home run. Not much really to talk about there. And finally, a 4-2 win and getting the sweep. So Schlittler gets the win. Colombe gets the loss, and Bednar with the save. So who's Colombe? I don't know, but the guy who pitched for the Red Sox, the starting pitcher, was pretty damn filthy. This was a pitcher's duel all the way through. The Red Sox run in the second was an unearned Ahmed Rosario throwing error. You can play this game all you want. So this was another lefty pitcher. You can play this game where McMahon never plays. And by the way, I skipped over that in that first game. He saved, I want to say, 2 runs in that first game. He came in for defensive purposes. And this diving play that he made at third, the look on Max Fried's face, it was very similar to when Skeen saw Bobby Witt make a play in the WBC. He's like, oh my God, who is this guy? Fried was still pitching late into the game, and McMahon makes beautiful diving play. It's fantastic. So anyways, back to this one. 4-2 win. Schlittler pitches late into the game. He goes 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. ERA down to 1.77. This is what, when you have your ace, he's pitching like an ace. I don't want to say he's the ace, but he's certainly right now is the ace, even though Fried's a monster and you're getting Garrett Cole back. But this is what it used to look like back in the day. See, I'm old now. Schlittler, the starter would go 8, pass it right to Bednar, and be done with it. You know, usually you'd go 7, then you'd have a setup and a closer, but it's beautiful stuff to look at. The Red Sox just, they're a funny team to watch because nobody on this team scares me as a Yankees fan. I mean, sorry, as a totally unbiased commentator. Nobody scares me. It's very, I mean, Roman Anthony, I guess, but he's not even playing that well at the moment. But yeah, there's nobody who's like, we gotta really be careful with this guy. Maybe Jarren Duran, but anyone else, I really do like Yoshida. He's the type of player that I would want in my lineup. Feisty, battles, creates high pitch counts, contact type of guy, but nobody else you're looking up and down this lineup. This is not a playoff roster. And their pitching right now is not, their pitching on paper with the rotation they have is a playoff rotation. But this, I don't even know what the hell they're thinking with this, but nevertheless, the guy I'm talking about here is Tolley for the Red Sox. This dude looked like, I don't know, maybe when Boston goes to their next series, he's going to get into his 18-wheeler, pick up some cargo and drop it off in the city that they're going. Like his side gig is long-haul trucker. It's kind of like Tim Hill for the Yankees. When he gets done, he goes and like, he's like the handyman in the neighborhood. You know, he'll fix the loose door handle and things like that. This guy looks like he definitely has a Wendy's burger on his lap while he's driving his 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? It's a compliment. If I'm not clear, it's a compliment. I love guys like this. Like the dude in the WBC who's like an electrician or whatever. But this guy was a monster. He was absolutely dominant. And that went until the 7th when the bullpen blew it. So his stat line, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. He made Stanton look like a total buffoon. I believe Stanton struck out 4 times. Yeah, golden sombrero. He was completely lost up there. And you can't really blame Stanton in this case because this guy, he was on and he was mixing his pitches. At one point, it was like the 5th inning when he struck Stanton out. And I believe the announcing crew was Kay and Girardi. Like, oh, that's his first changeup of the game. And he was cruising. Like, oh my God, he's got more pitches. I don't know. I was very, very impressed with him. As a Yankees fan, I don't want to see this guy going forward, but I was extremely impressed. So Chisholm hit his first home run, so put up a ding on the 50-50 ticker where he hit one of those pesky pole squeak, like moonshot squeakers that went like 260. So yeah, stud is he's heating up. So there you go. So Yankees sweep 4-0, 4-1, 4-2. If they played a 5-game series, so 4th game would be 4-3, and then they tie 4-4 in the 5th game. So obviously that's the thing. Next up for the Yankees is the Astros, 3-game set in Houston, and then a 3-game set in Texas, in Arlington specifically. Yankees are 16-9 atop the AL East, and Boston drops to 9-16 at the bottom of the AL East. Now, if we're being totally honest, the standings are a little flipped, but seeing that Tampa's in 2nd. But this is pretty much how you'd expect the AL East to turn out. Now, you can say I'm hating on Toronto, but if you remember Toronto last year, they caught fire at the end of the year. It's not like they were dominant all year. The Yankees collapsed and Toronto caught fire at the same time to get the AL East crown. Tampa's a little surprising. They're playing much better than I thought they would. And let's just peek around, see if there's anything. So Houston, surprisingly, 10-16 is at the bottom of the AL West. Philly, I don't know what the hell's going on with Philly. I mean, the Mets situation's hilarious, but Philly has lost 9 in a row. You would think with the Mets losing 12 straight, they would be at the bottom of the NL East, but everyone in the NL Central is over 500. Pretty good. And Padres, by way of a tiebreaker, I guess. I don't really know why they're ahead, but Padres are leading the NL West currently. Can they keep pace when it comes to postseason? Can they finally, get over the hump? Because a lot of times, oh, by the way, Cubs 9 in a row. Sorry, Cubs, I didn't mean to skip over you. By the way, the Padres over the Machado Tatis era have been contender. They've been in it, but every time it comes to the postseason, they can't get over the hump. So maybe they can do some damage this year. I'd love to see anyone but the Dodgers or Blue Jays or Red Sox or Astros. Sorry, I keep adding teams, but literally anyone else I wouldn't mind seeing win it. And it's nothing I don't hate the Dodgers. It's just it gets boring when it's the same thing over and over in any sport. Why NBA is so horny to watch, because you look at the standings and you're just like, oh, it's going to be Boston in the East and then either Denver, OKC, or San Antonio in the West, and that's it. That's it. Boring. All right. Anyways, mini rant aside, I will be back after the Yankees series in Houston. I also, as these playoff series for NHL start to wrap up, I'm going to recap them. A little much with my work schedule to recap every single game, so I'm committing to recapping series. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think down below, and we will catch you guys later.